So it's half term. It's Tuesday. Yesterday was the bank holidays. Today is the only day where both kids are doing something and I have the house to myself. Tomorrow I'm just taking care of the kids, and then Thursday, Friday my wife is taking time off, so I will be able to work, but people will be around.
Daddy!
Yeah? It's finally almost time to start work for the day. A day of looking after the kids. But here's the problem, it's now 8:30. So it is Thursday night of half term. Got lots done today while my wife has been at home, and my wife's now gone out. The kids are asleep, so I'm going to crack on, do a little bit more client work, and then concentrate on editing the vlog. So it's Saturday morning. The last couple of days I've got so much done. My wife took Thursday, Friday of half term off, and I've just been able to really crack on. I've still spent time with the family, but I've done more work than I would even normally do, which is good because we're going away tomorrow to Windsor. So it's a new week, and it's Tuesday, the start of my week, because yesterday we went to Legoland, which was lots of fun. But, as ever, that didn't mean anybody else wasn't working, so I've got lots of stuff from my designers and animators who are working with me at the moment, and voiceovers for that moment to go through. It's grim outside, so I have no objection to being in here doing this morning, that's for sure. So I've worked all morning, but for about the last 40 minutes or so I've just been totally unfocused. So despite the fact that it is grim as anything out there, I'm going to go for a run. It's almost like a punishment run. Hopefully the fresh air and the rain will slap me about a bit and make me wake up to myself and do some work. But either way, going for a run has got to be better than just sitting down faffing. It's weird. All last week I was so focused, and it's because I'm conscious of the fact of how little time I have. And now the kids are back at school, I have lots more time, and so I faff more. Do you have this issue? Well, that was horrible. When you're finished, hit next. I was doing a voiceover just before I came out, and I realised why I've been in a bit of a funk today, and I'll admit it, but it is pathetic. And it's because all of that work I did last week, I sent that in like a bulk email for feedback from the client, and I realise now that what I was hoping for was an email back saying, wow, look at all of this stuff, this is brilliant, you're amazing, thanks, you're a star, blah blah. You know, it's pathetic, but it's true. I wanted some kind of pat on the back for all that awesomeness from last week, and it didn't come. And it's at this point that I'm reminded of the episode of Being Freelance where I spoke to Jess Engel. She went from working in an agency to then being a freelancer, and she said some really smart things about how you need to think as a freelancer about what your client is up to what's going on in their world and their office as well. So if they're not replying to an email, or they seem stressed and need help from you quickly, something is happening. If they're not responding, something is happening. And of course, the person I have contacted has just come back from holiday. That's the reason I didn't contact them all last week. So you can imagine how many emails they've got. Plus, I know they're doing an important presentation tomorrow. I know that, so presumably they're preparing for that. And I'm such an idiot for being all precious. I can't help it. It's just like how my my precious ego needs to be pandered to. So 2 things. 1 is not to forget about how your client is feeling. But 2 is, if like me, you hire other freelancers to do stuff for you, to make sure that you give them that praise as well. And I am actually always conscious of that. So like when an animator sends me a video, or a designer sends me an infographic or whatever, that I tell them that how pleased I am, and that I appreciate it. But yeah, anyway, so that, I think, is why I kind of felt like I started the day all good, and then after a while I realised I hadn't had that email through. I just want a hug. So, it's Wednesday. Had a fun night out with my mate Matt last night. And this morning, working on reviewing videos and stuff. But I've just come out to get my hair cut, which might seem like it's shirking work, but the fact is, it is for work, because tomorrow night I'm hosting an awards event and I need to look, well, better than this mess. I'm off to St Albans Cathedral to host the Chamber of Commerce Awards tonight. So I've been going through the script, which I've done over the last few days, but I went to print it out and the kids have used up all the paper, so I'm now just walking to get some paper. But at least I've done it all in plenty of time. So this is the sound check. I mean, really.
Who wants to win an award? That's more like it. Here we are then, the Inspiring Hertfordshire Awards 2017, hosted by Hertfordshire Chamber of Commerce. Hertfordshire really does have something to be proud of and to inspire us all. Thank you for this evening. Have a safe trip home, and I hope to see you all next year. Good night.
Well, that was a fun night.
Is something to keep in mind as you work.
Have a look at these scenarios. So yeah, it was a really good night last night. Got to bed really late. Was up as ever at 6:30 to start our day here. But yeah, feeling good. It was fun, and I always feel like, I am in a room at those events full of business people, and I really should probably make the most of it networking wise more, but I don't know, I didn't really mingle that much. But I guess there's always that chance that people will see me on stage, think, who the hell is he, and then Google me. What's really nice about that event is that they let me sit and have dinner with the other guests, so I'm on a table with other guests, which might sound weird to say, but often if you're crew, you like sit in a different room or you don't get anything. And so yeah, so they're really nice. And so I'm just going through on LinkedIn and adding both the people I sat with at dinner and other people who I met during the evening. But a great night. Another week ends with another weekend. Not done too much work this weekend, just managed to get the podcast edited and a little bit of other stuff here and there, but mainly hanging out with the family. It's been a weird couple of weeks where I feel like I've done the right thing by the family. I've kept my work going, but I've not necessarily, like, I want to really crack on with my work. Like those 2 days in half term when my wife was at home, and I got so much done. I worked from like 8 till 5. That's kind of like what normal people do, isn't it? And I feel bad saying things like, oh, I lose a day today because the kids are off. When in fact what I should say is I gain a day. Because that's why I became freelance in the first place. To be with them, to have the flexible lifestyle that allowed me to hang out with them. Of course, the reality is that I need to keep my clients happy as well. From now on, I'm not going to say I lose a day, but I gain a day with the kids. Hold me to that. Bound to forget.